But first, on November 5th, all eyes will be on Pennsylvania. We are one of 7 battleground states that could ultimately decide the presidential election.
And KDKA has the state covered. We sent reporter Barry Pintar to meet up with reporter Dan Snyder from our sister station in Philly, right in the middle of the state, to sit down with voters to see what's on their minds. And Barry and Dan join us now live from Bellefonte, PA. Guys.
Yeah, so Ken and Christine, you just can't talk about how important Pennsylvania is without talking about the entire state. Southwestern Pennsylvania, you see it all the time on national news. They are watching to see what voters do. My colleague Dan Snyder, CBS Pittsburgh, they're watching Philadelphia.
Yeah, Philadelphia, the 5-county area, those suburbs, watching it closely.
But of course, there's much more to Pennsylvania than southwestern Pennsylvania and the Philadelphia area. There's this center. So just to put it in perspective so you know where we are, a lot of people know where State College is. So Dan, if you go 20 miles, you end up in Bellefonte, actually called Center County, Pennsylvania. We spent time talking about 50 people. I am so curious to know about you. What surprised you most about today?
Well, I think the big thing that stood out was when we talked to voters, we talked to Trump supporters.
Yep.
They were very active in coming up. Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the issues. When we approached Biden supporters, it was almost like, yeah, I'm going to vote for Biden, but I don't really want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And it almost feels like a role reversal where we were at. You go back to 2016, where you had a lot of Trump supporters who didn't want to talk about that support, and you had a lot of Hillary Clinton supporters who were very out talking about it. Sort of feels like a little bit of a role reversal.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's almost like it flipped. We did find them, though.
Yeah.
And we checked. We wanted to talk to a Democrat, a Republican, an undecided about what they thought about the economy, since that seems to be the hot button issue. What is your opinion of the economy these days, and where do you attribute it to, the good and the bad coming from?
Well, I think President Biden is doing a very poor job. He's sending money to the troops, not our troops. He's sending weapons to Israel, and he's sending weapons to Ukraine. He's sending billions of dollars. Why doesn't he invest in our people? Our people are paying so much for everything that, you know, we're poor now.
What's the number one issue for you when you go into the ballot box?
I couldn't. My number one is someone who's for the people and not the corporations. So I feel the corporations are the reasons that the economy is the way it is. The people got fair wages during 2020 with the COVID and everything. They aren't going to go back on their wages. The corporations are not going to take a cut in their profits. Everyone thinking that a new president is going to help them out is just beyond my belief whatsoever.
Tell me about the economy specifically, what you think of it in general and what you think of it and have experienced personally.
So the economy right now is not the best. So I am an assistant manager at Dollar General, and I get paid about $16 an hour. We came across an equation the other day that says we should be paying around $500 a month in rent. We pay $1,000. So it's extremely hard, and we have 3 dogs as well. So it's extremely hard to provide for us, our dogs, pay rent, you know, on this fair pay.
Yeah, these concerns are familiar. We've been hearing them as we get into the campaign season. So much of the economy on people's minds. What about any other issues that you guys heard about today? I'm just curious about that.
Yeah. While people talked about the economy, I don't want to, paint the picture that that's all they talked about.
Yeah.
Dan, we heard about the border.
Yep, definitely, especially from Trump supporters.
Yeah, and both of them, illegal immigration. Certainly sending money overseas, whether we're talking about Gaza, Palestine, Israel.
One of them, I think, that stood out to me, age of President Biden, even age of former President Trump.
Yeah, a lot of people on both sides said, I just wish there was someone younger. But nonetheless, wouldn't you not agree that wherever they were before the verdict, wherever they are on the hot button issues, they haven't moved?
Yeah, the verdict, no impact at all.
Yeah, or if they don't like the economy, it's Trump's fault if they're a Biden.
Yes.
If they don't like the economy, it's Biden's fault if they're a Trump. Yeah. I mean, people are, at least shocking to me, you tell me if this is your case, unmoving. That really surprised me.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So coming up, what about those undecided voters? Pennsylvania is so important. If people aren't moving, have the undecided voters swayed one way or another? Dan and I are going to spend more time with these people and have that for you coming up at 6.
Interesting stuff. All right, Barry and Dan, thanks so much.